Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. You guys look blurry for some reason. Hope everybody is having a great day. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. It's going to be a great morning. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell. I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than to be here with me? Learn how to live past crazy in your life. Let me get this. Oh, I don't want that. I want to do that. And I don't know what is going on with, but it's okay.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Do I look blurry to you? Maybe it's just
Oh,
my
look.
face.
Yeah, you do look blurred for some reason.
I don't know what's going on. Let me try to figure. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm just excited about sharing this morning.
Okay. All right.
Excited, girl. I don't know why. I don't know what came over me, but I'm so super excited about sharing this morning. And if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and get started with our Fearless Morning quote of today. I don't know why Facebook is not allowing me to share, and it hasn't allowed me to share for some time. I haven't been sharing that much, at least not in my opinion. But it's blocking me from sharing for some reason. Good morning, Charlene. Thank you
Good
for
morning,
coming in.
Charlene.
But yeah, it's not allowing me to share for some reason. So, but that's okay.
It's all right. We're gonna be great anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, right?
That's
Anyway. All right. So our Fearless Morning quote this morning is by none other than Mr. Vincent van Gogh. And his quote reads like this, guys. If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced.
Yes.
I love that. If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silent. So what is it saying? What is that quote saying to me, and what it should be saying to you? Good morning.
Good morning, Mama. Yes, it's going to be a great day.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. So what this quote says to me, and you let me know whether or not you get the same thing out of this, is what is the story that you're telling yourself? Right?
Yes.
What is the story that you're telling yourself? We always say, and you always hear the statement, don't let your inner me be your greatest enemy. Right?
And that's
don't let your inner me be your greatest enemy. So what is that story that we tell ourselves? What is the truth that we've given, the meaning that we've given to these facts, these situations, these things that are happening to us in our lives? So what do I mean by that, guys? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like you just can't take it anymore, what I need you to catch this morning is that stress doesn't come from the facts that these things are happening in your life. Stress comes from the meaning that you give the facts. All right? Stress comes from the meaning that you give to those facts. So what we have to catch now and recognize is, guys, what is the story that we're now telling ourselves that's causing us to feel this way? And I don't want it to be just a positive, right? Because some people don't buy into that concept. But dare I say to you, the one single thing that you can do to change is to make a decision. That's the most powerful thing that you have in your reach, is your ability to have a choice. And you can decide where you're going to be. Because what I say to you that you also need to figure out is that your breakthrough, guys, is just on the other side. If you can just get past that.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
It's on the other side of that fear. It's on the other side of that stress. It's on the other side of that overwhelm. If you can just get past it. And we make it seem as if it's this huge, insurmountable thing in front of us that we're dealing with. when we talk about it from this perspective. So that's why I love Vincent van Gogh's quote: if you hear a voice within that says you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced.
That's right.
That is the Fearless Morning quote this morning. Miss Co-host, anything you would like to add to that?
I just think I love that quote because I think it's a lot of the things that I talk about all the time, because yourself will, your inner self will try to stop you from doing new things. And all you have to do is just do it in any way, in spite of, and stop listening.
Right.
And get it done, and you'll be surprised what you can accomplish and what you can do when you just do. And if you put as much energy into actually doing as you do complaining and telling me why you cannot, then you could have been 50 miles down the road, but you're so busy telling me what you can't do, you ain't even turned on the car yet. So
yes,
put some of that energy into actually doing instead of saying what you can't do.
So that's good. That ties right into my financial confession and conversation this morning. So the topic for today, guys, is how do you get to your next in your finances? How do you get to your next in your finances? And the quick answer to that is you always have to put your attention on what you want. Mm-hmm. Not on what you currently have, not on what you currently have got going on, not on the fact that you currently have all of these student loan bills, that you have this mortgage, that your child needs to go to school or private school. You got to pay for that because your public school is just crap down the street, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot put your attention on what's happening to you. You got to put your attention on what you want. See, that's how you get to your next. And I want to share a story with y'all. Did that hit you, Miss JoJo? Because you
that
hit you, right? So I wanted to share a story with you real quick. If you don't mind, just bear with me for a moment. And any of you, if you knew my sister, Keisha, my sister, she passed away of cancer November of 2016. She passed away of cancer November of 2016. But my sister, she was a songstress. She was a musician. And the thing that she used to always say was, guys, don't die with your music still in you. And she meant it literally, because she would be, she would play and she would sing, and she just had an amazing voice. And that's the message that I want to share with you today too, guys. Don't die with your music still in you simply because you are focusing on your past. You're focusing on your past because all those debts that you've accumulated are in your past, and you're bringing all of this to your future. To your present, as opposed to looking at what you want. See, what are those things now that you want to happen in your finances? I'm going to give you 4 keys, guys, so that you can move to your next, all right, in your finances. Why? Because you can't solve problems with the same mindset
that you created them with. Who said that? That's my man, Albert Einstein.
You cannot solve problems with the same mindset that created those problems. So now, how do you get to your next in your finances? And you've heard this before, guys, but you have to face it, right? You have to face your finances. So what do I mean in facing your finances? The F in facing your finances, of course, guys, is your financial psychology, your mindset. What are you doing now to create intention in your life around your finances so that you can move to your next? You have to have clarity in this area, and you have to know where you want to go.
Yes.
Not focusing on where you are today. Focus on the fact that you want to, right, have $100,000 for your child when they graduate. Focus on the fact that you want to retire without living in poverty. Focus on the fact that you want to be able to travel abroad because you don't want to just stay stateside, right? So what are those things that you can now do in your finances that are going to move you to your next? See, there's a step, there's a process, and you have to figure it out for your situation. It's the story that I'm sharing with you today. So facing your finances, the first thing is your mindset, your financial psychology. See, that's where everything starts. And JoJo always shares her book by Joyce Myers, The Battle of the Mind, right? And that is so true. And it's prevalent in everything that you do, whether you've recognized the connection to it or not. All right. So you have to get your mindset together. You need to get clarity. You need to know why. You need to know where you're going and why you want to get there. And then what I need you to do is now see yourself there. See, if you do that in your mind, if you can visualize yourself being there, visualize how happy you are in that moment, visualize how much more time you can spend with your family, how much more freedom you have, visualize you, right? Once that has now become a reality for you. See, your financial psychology is ground zero, if you will, right? That's where you have to start before you can get to your next. Because you cannot do anything if you continue to wallow in broke, busted, and disgusted. And like Danielle says, don't apply to be a member of Broke Fi Broke any longer. Right? You don't have to be in that sorority or that fraternity, Broke Fi Broke. We can move to our next. And I love her for sharing that saying with us. But guys, come out of Broke Fi Broke. It's not for you. It's definitely not for me, right? So get your financial psychology, your mindset, right, in order so that you can move to your next. So in facing your finances, that was the F. The A is accountability. You now, guys, have to hold yourself accountable, whether you have somebody or not. And one of the number one things that we also have to understand in this accountability situation, guys, is if you don't think that you can hold yourself accountable, look at your bank account. And if you look at your bank account every day on a regular basis and you don't see any change happening, that should be enough accountability for you in itself. However, if it is not enough in itself, then you find you someone who's of a like mind, right? Who's maybe 1, 2, 3, dare I say 4 steps ahead of you that you can now coattail with. And what do I mean by coattail, right? You know, you've been in a crowded place. You've ever been in a crowded place and you're trying to keep up with your family members. I know we do it all the time. And what do? We grab onto the coattail of the person in front of us. If we can't actually grab their hands, we grab their coattail so we can navigate through all of the crowds, especially at Disney at Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? We navigate by grabbing onto each other's, well, shirt tails, because it's not cold enough for a coat at Disney. But we grab on, right, so that we can hold on and we follow and maneuver with them down that path to get to wherever it is that we want to get to. The same thing needs to happen in your accountability. Getting in a group of like-minded people so that you can grab onto the philosophy, grab onto the inspiration, grab onto the motivation that's being put out in that group. Get into that energy, immerse yourself into that energy so that it now catches on because it's contagious. And then once you get in that space, nothing can stop you. Right? Don't get me started. All the way up. Right? Nothing can stop you. If you get into that group that holds you accountable, if you have that person, maybe you don't need a person, maybe it's your bank account, whatever it is, guys, we have to be accountable in this process in order to get to our next. All right. The next thing in facing your finances, we talked about financial psychology. We talk about accountability. The next thing is consistency. The C is consistency. You have to put a process in place that's going to allow you to do this over and over and over without having to think about it because it becomes second nature to you. It becomes something that you do without even thinking it, just like getting up out of bed in the morning, getting up and praying, getting up and then brushing your teeth and going to, going to the bathroom, whatever that routine is. It becomes a routine for you that you don't even have to think about. Your body naturally does it because it's now ingrained in the subconscious mind, right? So in figuring this out, guys, consistency. So how do you now become consistent in this process? You do whatever it takes. You do whatever it takes. If it takes putting it on an electronic calendar on your phone or setting up some sort of notification, then you do that. I know for me, one of the things that I did to help me to get to my consistency point, guys, I have 3 calendars. I have to have 3 calendars. It's as simple as that. And all 3 are on my phone, and all 3 send me notifications on my phone. Why? I have to have a family calendar. I have 2 businesses. I have to have a calendar for each of those businesses so that I know what's going on.
I thought I was the only one. I had 3 too. And my kids was like, "What?" I was like, "You don't understand. I gotta have them."
You have to have it. You have to be intentional. Now, that doesn't mean that you personally have to have 3 calendars. 3 calendars just happens to be the magic number for me, right? However, I do know that you have to be consistent in whatever it is that you do in order to get to your next. See, that's what's most important, right? In dealing with this, and how do you get to your next in your finances? So you have to face it. The first was financial psychology, making sure that your mindset was correct. Then accountability, consistency, and the E now is education.
Yes.
Educating yourself, because there are so many things about money, guys, that we have yet to learn. I am a financial literacy person, but I'm learning things about money every day.
Yes.
Every day somebody comes back and tells me something that they've done or shares with me, and I'm just amazed. I'm like, wow, I wonder how many people know this and understand this. And I studied this and I didn't know about it. Right? So there's so much out there, guys. We can't even keep up with the pace that information is being released to us. And I was actually speaking with a group yesterday, and one of the young ladies shared with me that, and when we were talking about, remember, I shared with you guys that Facebook fell 14% last week. One of the young ladies said, "Oh yeah, we made $2,000 off of that fall." Why couldn't that have been you? Right? If you like, love, and understand Facebook, and knowing that Facebook has a wonderful CEO in place, like I've shared before, guys, you know my mindset. I think that Mark Zuckerberg is a genius, right?
Yes.
Because of the way that he's now set things up. Not only him, of course, he has a board and he has all of these people, but he's the CEO. He's the namesake, right, for the company. And it's a brilliant design. It's a brilliant model that they've now put together. See, their financial psychology is set to a completely different level as far as their money mindset. And that's what I'm working towards. So you have to figure out, guys, what is your next? What is the level of education that you are willing to achieve? Because readers are leaders, right? And note takers are money makers. We hear those things reiterated over and over. So what are you doing to educate yourself and get to your next? What communities are you now joining to get to your next?
That's right.
What books are you reading? What things are you studying? And I'm not saying, oh, just go over to YouTube and you'll get everything you need. No, some things on YouTube, yes, they are good because we're over there.
Yep.
But you cannot believe everything that's there. Even the Bible tells us to study to show ourselves approved. So get the education that you need to move to your next. See, guys, you have to face your finances. And the education part where I support women is through providing the education you need around investing. Because it's imperable, guys. I implore to you over and over and over that the number one thing that we need to be doing is building our net worth. And in building our net worth, the number one thing that we have to do is make sure that our assets outweigh our liabilities. And we got to look at our assets in a different way. See, education teaches you how to do this in your finances. Education teaches you that assets make money for you, not take money out of your pocket. And I know Robert Kiyosaki teaches this all the time, guys. Your home that you live in, unless somebody is in one of those other rooms paying rent, your home is not truly an asset because it's taking money out of your pocket every month.
Yep.
Just saying, don't get mad at me. Truth is truth. We have to recognize that, and we need to move to a different level, guys. That's how you get to the next level in your finances. You start looking at things differently. You go away from the thinking, the mindset, the thought patterns, the behaviors of the masses.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts to build your net worth. You build your net worth by investing opportunities, by business opportunities, there's so many different ways that you can do it. And if you're ready for that investing education, guys, then follow up with me over at bit.ly WWInvest. See, that's where we get to our next in getting ourselves together to get that education that we need. So guys, thank you so much for joining for the Financial Confession and Conversation this morning. I am America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it. #1 financial rebound coach. All right, Miss Co-host, passing to you.
All right, that's some. I think one of the things that we've got to be aware of our money. We don't have a choice, and not just aware. And here, most of us say, I'm aware I ain't got none. And most of us are only aware of our paycheck or our monies when we get our paycheck. That's the only time that we are aware of our money. And don't be like me. Don't be Dollar Tree and drive through Dollar Menu broke, because they can keep you broke. You know, if you're on the road, you're traveling, it's just, if you say it's just, then you don't need to be getting it right now, because it's just $1. It's just $5. It's just $10. So become more aware of how quickly you pull out. Let me tell you, I started using, I put cash in my pocket. I never kept cash, and I keep cash in my wallet now for the week. Let me tell you how quick that'll curb your spending. Because you're like, oh, I can't. You mean when I break this 20, I'm only going to get how much back? Oh, I just hold my 20. I'm just going to hold this because I don't need to spend it. And that will help you. That will help you become more aware. You're right, Charlene. Those dollars add up quickly, very quickly, more quickly than you ever realize. And you look at it, and honey, you realize $60, $70 later for the month or the week, that Dollar Tree and Dollar Menu has eaten your money. So
yes,
you got to be more aware. All right, that's all I want to add, Lee. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, guys. That's what we're here for, helping you face your finances. That's the only way you get to your next.
All right, guys, that's right. So today, fearless thought of the day. So mine it's not happy-go-lucky. It's very thought-provoking today. So what do you associate fear with? Because truly, life and death. That's all you got. You got two options in this world. You either live or you die. I woke up to some bad news that a friend of mine, who was my, in elementary and middle school, you always have best friends. She passed away yesterday. Not sure what happened, but young lady, she passed away. So I woke up to that this morning. I was like, oh my God. And then it made me think about life and death. And then what are we afraid of to live our life? What do you associate fear with? So this is my confession. For me, I associated my fear with my abuser. And it was at that moment that I had to choose life or death. Because when I was ready to jump out the window, I was like, because I was thinking death was my only option. I was thinking, I can't handle this. Death is my only option. But then when I started to think about the other people associated with me, then I realized life was a better option for me. Because truly, we only have two things. You live or die. If you are alive, if you are living today, you have no reason to complain about, and that's for me, and it is my pet peeve. I can't tell you how much I dislike, and I hate to say the word hate, but I'm very close to that hate. I really dislike when people complain about every single thing all the time, because you have life and you have death. So when you
Right.
die,
Right.
what are you going to say when you get to Jesus? Well, I didn't like any of the food I ate. I didn't go anywhere, so I complained about where I lived at. I
Now,
didn't do anything to better myself, so I complained about people who did, or, I put down people all the time. And what are we saying? What does fear look like for you? Is it life or is it death? Because fear for me is death. I equate both of them together, because when I was afraid, when I was with my abuser, every day I didn't know if I was going to live or die. It was death for me. And so I equate the two together. And now that I have life and I don't have to live with that fear on me anymore, then fear has another association for me. And I don't associate it, in a bad way now. I can overlook that and keep going, because now you've got to take advantage of where you are right now and what you have going on right now, because life is very short, and it's yours. It's serious. I want you to take advantage of what you can do, because here's the thing. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what ailments you have going on in your body. And as a side note, I think your ailments are in your mind and self-created. That's all just my thing. Because here's the thing, Lynn, and whoever else is listening, when you get up in the morning, I always talk about this, you got that minute when you wake up and you're grateful and you're thankful. But after that, what do you say? Lord, my back hurt. Oh, my legs. This, well, I don't like this. And then your whole day, you're complaining. Your whole day, you're setting yourself up for negativity. So positivity, or anything positive wanting to come into your life, absolutely doesn't have any room to come in, because you have built a wall of negativity around you. So if anybody wants to do anything positive for you, or to help you, or to share with you, they cannot, because you built that wall of negativity. And my friends, at that point, you are truly dead. You may be moving and you may have your body parts, but you're truly dead. And because at this point, to me, this is what you're telling Jesus, because, we God girls over here. We are firm believers in amen. Here's what you're telling him is that, thank you, Charlene, the powers of the tongue. You're telling him, God, you woke me up this morning. Out of all the people in the world who died, you chose to wake me up. But you know what? I'm just going to complain about everything that you've done for me today already. I'm going to complain about my house, my clothes, my car, my job, my children. I'm going to complain about all of it right now, Jesus, before I even get started on the day. How do you think, and I tell my kids that all the time, how do you think Jesus feels if he said, you know what, Courtney complained so much yesterday, I'm not even going to wake her up today, because I don't want to hear it. And sometimes we have to put it in that perspective. Life and death truly is the only two options you have. So what do you associate fear with? For me, fear is death. If I stop what I'm doing, surely I will die. Meaning I have all of this unused potential that I'm then going to give back to the Lord and say, you know what? Yeah, I know you told me I could do it, but I didn't think I could, so I can't, and I didn't. So you want to tell the Creator who created you, who gave you everything that you needed, that you couldn't do the job that he gave you all the tools to do? That just doesn't. And for me, I couldn't handle that. So today, think about, what is fear for you? What do you associate fear with? And if it's because you don't want to move outside of your comfort zone, you're going to die where you're at. If it's, I can't handle my money, you're going to die broke. If it's, I can't change my situation because I'm too old now, you are already dead. Please understand that. So today, I want you to think about life and how you can put life back into your situation, into yourself, and into what do you want to accomplish. Because you cannot, I know I can't handle negativity. And think about what you say out of your mouth and your mindset that you have set for today. It is 7:46. Think about what negativity you've said already this morning. It's 7:46. What negative thing have you said this morning? Now, just for today. So this is your exercise for today. I want you to say only positive things. You can, if you call JoJo, if you call Yamitra, if you call Louise, whichever name you want to call me today, I want you to only speak positive to me. Good morning, Jasmine. If you can't speak any positive to me about your life, about your situation, or about anything, then we cannot carry on this conversation. Because truly, life and death is the only two options you have, guys. So you can choose to live or you can choose to die. And then if you've been doing it for so long that you don't know how, then Lynn and I are here to help you with that positive motivation. I'm your personal cheerleader. I'm the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than to be here with me so I can help pump you up and motivate you. Some days it will not be easy, but strengthen your voice by speaking your truth. And your truth is that you are alive and well, and you need to be thankful for that, because somebody truly, and I think just the fact that this is a young girl and she passed away, and some of us are dead already, we're just not in the ground. Meaning you have spoken so much death on yourself, Lynn. You've spoken so much death on yourself that you don't even know that you are alive. You have no idea, because you've spoken so much negativity over your life, over your household, over your children, over your finances, over your entire soul. You have spoken death over it. So you don't even know how to speak life. That's right. You got to be thankful. Start by being thankful. So today, if you want to see an inkling of hope or light inside of that, be thankful today. Don't speak. Anybody that calls me today and from here on out, if the beginning of your conversation is negativity, we will not carry on a conversation. We will not, because I can't handle that. Because, good morning, Trenda. You're okay. You can catch the replay. So just remember, we have two options, y'all. Life or death. That's it. Stop speaking death over your entire being from head to toe. You're speaking death, and you wonder why things don't grow, why things don't go your way, why you don't see any positive happening. Because you already done told the world what you want to have happen. I'm going to be broke. I'm depressed. I'm already old. You already telling the world what you are. And so it's giving you exactly what you say you want.
Yep. Y'all better catch that.
Girl, hey to the man. I'm just saying. I mean that, and I know that was kind of heavy for the Fearless Morning Show, but we're having confessions and conversation. It's all about breaking free of those mentalities and things that we hold on to. Remember, I talked about why you hold on to that ego early in the week. So today, truly, life and death. That's all you got. What do you associate fear with? For me, I associate fear with death. And I have a whole lot of living I have got to do on this here day. You could be surprised what you can fit in a day when, I was getting ready to say that, Charlene. The power is when you say I am. When you say what you can do and what you can achieve, this is it. So handle your business today. Please understand, when you call JoJo, there will be no negativity at all. And if you're helping someone, if you are being a help of someone today, please do it cheerfully. If you've got to complain about helping somebody, please don't help them. That's detrimental to your soul, not theirs. And I don't want anybody to help me that's going to complain about it on the back end. So today, guys, think about that. What do you associate fear with? And let's address that and get past that so that you can keep living, because truly you have two options, life or death. Anything you want to add to that, Lynn? I'm sorry. I was on my little...
No, girl, I love that. I love that it tied in so well with the quote this morning from Vincent van Gogh. I just want to repeat it one more time.
Go ahead.
If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. So again, guys, what story are you telling yourself? What story are you putting out into the world? Change that story if it's a negative one. All right.
That's right. All right, Trina, make sure you catch that replay. Good morning, Emily. How you doing? Make sure you catch the replay, because today Yeah, I want y'all to be on it today. Tomorrow, I expect some answers back on what did you associate fear with, and what did you do today that changed the way you saw your life. You got life and death. Those are your only two choices. What are you doing today? Get excited about what you can achieve. I know, because we don't have time for shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because we're well past that. Because at this point, we're in our 30s, 40s, and beyond. So we can't, if you can't do it now, when do you propose that you do it? So, hey, I'm just saying, y'all, be about your business today. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Anything else, Lynn, before we close out, you want to tell them where to find you?
No, guys, I do have one more thing, if you don't mind. This is just going to be a little cheap sneak peek. So, Raising the Financial Genius, whether you're good with money or not, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's here. I'm so excited. You can get the ebook or you can get the actual book. But if you want to pre-order an actual book, guys, I'm putting in another order later this I was about to say later this month. That's later this week because the month is almost over.
It is.
And yes, my Fearless Morning folks, you will receive your e-copies for free. So I have you, those of you who signed up before with me. Yes, ma'am, Miss Jazzy, you are getting yours. Those e-copies will be coming over to all of my Fearless Morning folks who actually signed up with me and provided your information when we had that text in opportunity. So guys, I'm just all the way excited over here. Let's get some geniuses, some financial geniuses raised in this world. And raise yourself up while you're doing it, while you're helping someone else out, right? That's what we're doing. We're giving hope, helping one person every day. So don't forget to share the broadcast.
That's right.
And if they're not on Facebook, Miss JoJo is putting us on YouTube. So go on over, subscribe, and like the channel.
Yeah.
We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, y'all. So you got to help us out. That means we got to share, and get it out there. So go on over, share that with your folks. Text everybody you know. Send them an inbox message. Do whatever you got to do to get it out there. All right, guys? Thank you for joining us. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the Fearless Morning Show. Lynn, what happened to you? Did you go away? My name is Yamitra JoJo Water. I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than to be here with me to learn about how to live past crazy. Are you coming back, Lynn? Yeah, there's only one, #1. And hey, that's right. And she is it. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel so you can send it to people who may not be on Facebook so that they can share it, see it. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, we thank you guys for joining. And remember today, you have two choices, life and death. Which one are you going to choose today? Guys, it'd be intentional. All right, guys, we'll see you here early tomorrow morning at 7:15. I hope everybody has a great day. If you missed the show, please go back and watch the replay because I'm serious that you got two options, life and death. That's all you got. Pick one. We only got a short time on here, guys. Pick one. And if you've spoken so much negativity over your life, then you are truly dead. You're just not in the ground yet. So I encourage you today to change your conversation from negative to positive. So if anybody's talking to me today, please understand, if your conversation starts out negative, we will no longer be carrying on the conversation because we only got time for positive things here, period. And that is it. All right, guys, make sure you check out the replay, share the YouTube videos, like and subscribe. And as always, you guys have a great day. See you in the morning.